About leaving your hometown. Baby, have I learned so much. Hi, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey y'all, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about leaving your hometown. Baby, have I learned so much. It has officially been a year. So yes, and I think the first thing that I would say about leaving your hometown is making the decision. That was the biggest thing. Making the decision and then making the steps to move forward. You guys, I sold my car a couple months before I moved. I just got serious about it, and y'all even made a video, and I was like, this was the June, the year I moved, last year, June 2023. This was me.
I'm ready to go.
And I was just like saying,
I'm ready to pack it up.
To, you know, leave. I was ready. Like, I was ready to pack it all up and do that. And then by October, I had started making the adjustments in my life to be able to do that. Like, I just knew I wanted to leave in June. And then a couple months later, full-fledged, far as like making the plans and putting things in place, I put in my 2 weeks for my job. I transferred my job at the time to Georgia, which didn't end up working out, like, far as this location here. But that job in general wasn't even a long-term position that I was supposed to keep anyways. Everything happens for a reason, and I do believe that. But yes, like, that's the first thing, making the decision. And once you make the decision, start, even if you don't know how you're gonna do it. Like, you guys, I had no clue. Like I said, that job that I was working was just ways to have income coming in when I moved. Like, it was never supposed to be the end all be all. So it was just like, once I moved, I was like, okay, so now what are, you know, now I need to find another job and just start, like, you know, flirting with the job market. And that's what I started doing. I started flirting with the job market the best I could. And I ended up finding my current job, which worked out really well because it was work from home. But yes, like, it was just knowing, like, who was my community and where my community was. And, like, was it going to be family, or was it going to be this family, or was this person going to be, you know, kind of like that adjustment. Because, like, I already had family in Georgia when I moved here, but it was kind of like, okay, are you going to be somebody I'm going to be hanging out with when I move? Or are you going to be somebody I'm hanging out when I move? Like, is, you know, who am I going to hang with? Like, if I'm going to hang with anybody at all, like, is God going to give me a whole new set? And you guys, when I asked to be renewed, I ended up with a whole new set. Like, I had, you know, like, God literally, even the people that I thought, you know, when I originally got here were going to be like the people that I was going to end up hanging out with when I moved here. Because I used to visit here like once a year, twice, 2-3 times a year at one point. And then I visited here a lot when I was a kid. And then I used to live in Georgia when I first started high school. And so, yes, so I knew my way around a little bit. I knew, like, certain things about moving to Georgia. And I had family that was already here who had moved from Michigan to the South, and from college, they moved to Georgia. So I had, you know, just kind of seen that part of it, like, okay, who I'm going to hang with. And then, like, once I realized, okay, like, it may not be the family that you've already known here, who you've already visited with here. Like, that may not be your necessarily community for where you're going next in your life. Like, yeah, we see each other every now and then, but it's not like, you know, your community, like what you would need, you know, as far as like moving out of state, you know, making friends, like, that comes along the way. And I'm still in my pause moment, you know, a year later, I'm still seeing what works and what doesn't. But I went through so many trials and tribulations and just transformations when I first moved here. Like, God, when I asked to be renewed, God literally stripped me of everything I was and everything I was doing. So even the friends I made before I moved here, being here and getting comfortable here, like, those friends were just like temporary for that chapter, for that moment kind of friends. And so once I actually got to my place that I'm in now, which I moved here in June, so that would have been a year, literally in June, a year ago, when I said that video I just showed y'all, that was June 19th, 2023. June 19th, 2024, I moved here. Because so when I said I was ready for the change, I was ready to do all that, I really meant it. And so, yeah, so it was just like beautiful to me, like, that realization. I'm just having a moment because I'm just like, I'm just so grateful, because, like, who would have thought I would have been here? But God, eye-opening to get here. Because, like, moving out of state, like, you're moving from everything. You leaving your hometown, baby. You're moving from everything that you once knew. Like, you're moving from everything that you once knew to something totally different. And if you know a little bit about it, you might know a little bit, you might know whatever, but you don't know what it's like to actually live there on your own until you're there on your own. And I just kind of like I said, I just finally felt like home here, and I'm excited about decorating my house and everything like that as of last week. Like, before then, I was kind of just like how am I gonna do this? And me even visiting back to my hometown back at the end of August and staying there for Labor Day weekend and everything, and Labor Day, like, that was very fun for me. That was very like, and then when I came back home, I'm like, okay, back to my routine, back to, you know, me and my jogs in the morning, back to work, back to, like, you know, back to get ready. I was getting ready to get into school. Actually, I was in school, so me being able to, like, have that transition on vacation and take a week off of work to transition into schoolwork, and then, you know, also coming back and flowing my schoolwork into me working full time too. Like, that was just like, I don't know, I feel like I did that perfectly, because that was exactly what I needed. Like, I needed that good break, that good, like, out of town moment, back with my family, encouragement, just being around people that really love me, you know. But yes, leaving your hometown is no joke. Like, it's no joke. Like, you know, you'll feel lonely. And, you know, feeling lonely and being alone is something that is being in solitude until your community finds you. Back home, like, I value, like, my family, and, like, living with my mom before I moved here was chef's kiss. Not saying everything was perfect, but just more so because, like, I needed to find my purpose. Like, it was home though. Like, it was comfortable. It was like, okay, I don't have to, you know, I went and did for 3-4 years by myself, living on my own, paying my bills and doing all that. And so when I went to move my mom, I was like, okay, this is not like you feel, but girl, we got to figure out a good plan. And that's when the good plan came to being this plan, moving to Georgia. But before I moved to Georgia, I was living with my parents because I had just moved out of my last apartment. I had ended my lease in, like, April. And so I had been there from April until I moved to Georgia in October. And I was just like, okay, this is so fun. This is so good. Like, at home, I was just very, like, used to a big family home life. Everybody's there. Hey, you walk in the door. Hey, everybody. We cooking. Da, 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 da. Like, you know, that kind of vibe. And so moving to Georgia, and then even like I said, when I first moved here, I was living with family members. And so I got on my feet and, like, really got my saved my money up and stuff to be able to move out on my own. So I was living with, like, place to place family members, you know. But when I actually moved into this place, like, how it is leaving your hometown when you actually move into your own place and having your own apartment, it was very much just like, whew, breath of fresh air. Yes, because I could just be in my own space and decorate my own space. Like, but before I got to that point, I was in here crying all the time. I was like, God, I know I asked for this, but, like, why does it feel so lonely? Like, it was so uncomfortable. It was so, like, you know, going days without talking to anybody. You know, I would talk to my mom and my sister on the phone all the time and be very attached to that because, like, I was not used to being by myself, like, literally by myself. Now, I love being in my own space. I love my own energy. I love being, but I was very, like, I was recovering codependent, y'all. So going from a recovering codependent, so that little baby step, living with other people when I first got here, that was cute. But when I realized, like, living in my own apartment in a state, in a town that's outside of my regular realm of scope of people and you know, my family that I really rock with all the time, this is totally new for me. And so to move here was very much just like by myself. It was just like, oh, so what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do today? But yeah, so, like, you know, but leaving my hometown, like, it was more of a mental battle than it was anything else. The acceptance though, like, the acceptance of the uncomfortability. Like, when you first move and leave your hometown, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna feel lonely. You're gonna feel all these things. You're gonna have all these, like, nail-biting moments where you're like, ugh. But then prayer helped me a lot, like, knowing that I'm not alone truly, because, like, I always have God. And having a good, like, prayer routine and relationship with God really helps me as well. And that's what also helped me get through being sober and, like, FOMO, like, fear of missing out, and just, like, feeling like I always need to be out going to go do something. Like all of that started to fleet, and I was just like, no, I feel good at home. But I've just been embracing my solitude for a little while, and I'm okay with that. Like God had me in solitude, that's cool, because I really needed to work on some things and really needs to get rid of that codependency factor too. But yes, y'all, that concludes this video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed like chit-chatting with me. It was an Island Day experience, baby. And I hope you keep experiencing this life with me. And I'll put some purple hearts in the comments so I know that you rocking with me. My nails are purple. My favorite color is purple. Put some purple hearts in the comments. Hey, okay? I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you later. Bye!